Swipe left, swipe right, but beware of the credit card fright. We're diving deep into the murky waters of credit card debts today. Picture this, a labyrinth of overspending, sky-high interest rates, and a terrifying monster called bad credit score lurking at every corner. But don't despair just yet. We're also going to guide you through the path of solutions, a torchlight in the dark. So, hold onto your seats and don't blink. Stick around, don't take flight, we're shedding light on credit card fright. Swipe here, swipe there, it seems fair until you're trapped in the overspending snare. A credit card. Oh, such a sleek little card. It whispers promises of endless possibilities, of a world where wallets never run dry. But beware, my friends, this little piece of plastic is a two-edged sword. It's easy to get carried away, to let your desires run wild, and before you know it, you're knee-deep in a spending spree. You see, when you're dealing with credit, it doesn't feel like real money. There's no cold hard cash leaving your hand. It's just a swipe, a tap, a quick signature. It's so effortless, so painless that you can easily lose track of how much you're spending. And that's when the danger creeps in. Think about it. When you're paying with cash, you see the money leaving your wallet. It's a tangible reminder of your spending. But with a credit card, it's out of sight, out of mind. The reality of your spending doesn't hit until the bill arrives, and by then, it might be too late. And let's not forget about the lure of rewards and cashbacks. They seem like a sweet deal, don't they? But they can also lead you down the path of overspending. You might find yourself buying things you don't need just to earn those extra points or cash back. But at the end of the day, are they really worth it? The danger of overspending with credit cards is real and it's serious. It can lead to debt stress and financial instability. It's like a quicksand. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink. But fear not, we've got a plot to escape the overspending knot. Remember, a credit card is a tool, not a lifeline. Use it wisely, and it can be your best friend. Abuse it, and it can turn into your worst enemy. So tread carefully, my friends. The path of credit is fraught with danger, but with awareness and discipline, you can navigate it safely. A budget tight keeps your finances right. Now let's delve into the solution to overspending, a matter that has troubled many a credit card user. The antidote to this financial ailment, my dear friends, is setting a strict budget and sticking to it like glue. Imagine your budget as an invisible boundary that safeguards your hard-earned money. It's an envelope that encompasses your income, keeping it safe from the temptation of unnecessary spending. Your budget is a financial map that guides your spending decisions, ensuring you never lose your way on the path of financial stability. Creating a budget isn't rocket science. Start by noting down your monthly income. Then subtract your fixed expenses such as rent, utilities, and grocery bills. The remaining amount is your discretionary spending limit. This is the money you can use for wants, not needs. Be sure to allocate a portion of it for savings too, because as they say, a penny saved is a penny earned. However, creating a budget is just half the battle won. The real challenge lies in sticking to it. This is where tracking expenses comes into play. Keep a record of every penny spent. Yes, even that latte you bought this morning. Use financial apps, jot it down in a notebook, or simply use a spreadsheet. The method is your choice, but the goal is the same, to ensure you're not spending beyond your means. Remember, your credit card is not a magic wand, but a tool that needs to be used wisely. It's easy to swipe it for every little thing, but each swipe takes a chunk off your budget. It's like eating a chocolate cake. Every slice is delicious, but too many can lead to a stomachache. In the case of a credit card, too many swipes can lead to a financial ache. So the solution to overspending is simple. Set a strict budget, track your expenses, and spend within your means. This way, you'll be able to enjoy the benefits of your credit card without falling into the trap of debt. So keep your spending in sight and avoid an unnecessary fight. Interest rates might seem small, but they can make your debt tall. Now let's dive into the deep end of the pool where the sharks of high interest rates lurk. These rates are like invisible chains, binding you to a debt that can grow faster than Jack's beanstalk. Imagine you're on a shopping spree, your credit card gleaming in the store lights. You swipe it for that shiny new gadget, for that designer pair of shoes, for that dinner at the fancy restaurant. It feels like magic, doesn't it? But this magic comes at a price, and that price is called interest. Now, interest rates are like that extra topping on your pizza. They might seem insignificant at first, but they can make your bill a lot heavier. And in the world of credit cards, they're not just an extra topping. They're more like a hungry beast that feeds on your debt. Every month, the credit card company calculates the interest on your outstanding balance. This interest is added to your debt, making it even bigger. And here's the kicker. If you don't pay off your balance in full, the next month's interest is calculated on this new, larger amount. This is what we call compounding. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, growing bigger and bigger with every roll. But it's not just your debt that's at stake. High interest rates can also affect your financial health in other ways. They can make it harder for you to get loans or mortgages in the future. They can even affect your credit score, which we'll talk about in the next scene. Remember, your credit card is not a magic wand, it's a tool, and like any tool, it needs to be used wisely. Don't let the spell of easy spending blind you to the danger of high interest rates. But don't let your heart rate escalate. We have a solution to the high interest rate. Pay on time and you'll be fine. It may sound like a catchy jingle, but it's also a golden nugget of wisdom when it comes to handling high interest rates on credit cards. When you're dealing with credit cards, time is of the essence. Like a ticking time bomb, the longer you wait to pay off your credit card bill, the higher the interest rates climb. It's not just about the money, it's about the ticking clock. So how do we defuse this financial time bomb? The answer is simple yet crucial. Pay your credit card bill on time and in full. This may seem like an obvious solution, but it's surprising how many of us fall into the trap of paying just the minimum amount due and carrying over the balance to the next month. Remember, each time you carry over a balance, the interest charges kick in. It's like adding fuel to a fire. The longer you let it burn, the harder it gets to put out. And before you know it, you're caught in a vicious cycle of high interest rates and mounting debt. Punctuality and responsibility are key in managing credit cards. Treat your credit card bill like any other regular bill, something that needs to be paid on time, every time. Set reminders, mark your calendars, or even set up automatic payments if you tend to forget. Paying your bill in full is equally important. It means you're not just paying off the interest, but you're also clearing the principal amount. This way, you're not just keeping the interest at bay, but you're also avoiding any additional charges in the future. In the end, it all boils down to discipline. A credit card can be a powerful financial tool if used responsibly, or it can be a slippery slope into a pit of debt if misused. The choice is yours, so pay your bills before the chills of high interest rates gives you spills. It's not just a clever rhyme, it's a mantra for a healthier financial life, and that's a tune worth dancing to. A bad score can close many a door. Now let's dive into the murky waters of our third danger, a bad credit score. This is no mere number on a page, it's a reflection of your financial health, a measure of your fiscal faithfulness. It's the magic number that lenders peek at when you're hoping to borrow for a new car, a home, or even a business. So let's pull back the curtain on how credit card debt can tarnish this all-important score. Now imagine credit as a game. Every time you borrow and repay promptly, you score points. But when you slip, missing payments or defaulting on your debt, you lose points. A credit card is a double-edged sword in this game. It can help you build a fantastic credit history if used responsibly. But on the flip side, if you fall into the trap of debt, it can wreak havoc on your score faster than you can say bankruptcy. So how exactly does credit card debt play the villain in this saga? Well, it's all about your credit utilization ratio. This is a fancy term for how much of your available credit you're using. If you're constantly maxing out your credit card, it signals to lenders that you're reliant on borrowed money, and that's a red flag. It tells them you might have trouble repaying any additional loans they give you. This could lead to higher interest rates or even outright rejection. A bad credit score doesn't just affect your future borrowing prospects. It can also impact your ability to rent a home, get certain jobs, or even your insurance premiums. Yes, you heard it right. Some insurance companies use credit scores to set their rates. So, the moral of this story is clear. Credit card debt can lead to a bad credit score, and a bad score can close many doors. But don't worry, we've got the story to keep your credit score in glory. Stay tuned for our next scene where we'll explore solutions to restore and maintain a good credit score. Manage your debt and you'll be set. That's right, folks, we're finally here, tackling the big bad wolf of credit card woes, a bad credit score. But don't fret, because there's a solution to every problem, and this one's no different. So, how do we fix a bad credit score? Well, the solution is as simple as effective debt management. It sounds fancy, but it's really just about taking control of your debts, instead of letting them control you. Firstly, it's about paying off your debts. Yes, it can be tough, but it's necessary. Remember the old saying, you've got to spend money to make money? Well, in this case, you've got to pay money to save money. Paying off your debts means less interest piling up, and that's good news for your wallet. Next up, let's talk about credit utilization ratio. It's a fancy term for a simple concept. It's the percentage of your available credit that you're using. So if you've got a credit limit of $1,000 and you're using $500, your credit utilization ratio is 50%. Now here's the kicker. A lower credit utilization ratio is better for your credit score. It shows lenders that you're responsible and not maxing out your credit cards. So try to keep your credit utilization ratio below 30%. It's a good rule of thumb. But what if you've got a high credit utilization ratio? Don't stress. Start by paying off your highest interest debts first. This is called the avalanche method, and it can help you save on interest over time. In conclusion, a good credit score isn't a mystery. It's about effective debt management. Pay off your debts, maintain a low credit utilization ratio, and you'll be well on your way to a healthier financial future. Keep your debts in check, or your credit score could be a wreck. Remember, your credit score is like a financial report card. It pays to get good grades, so manage your debts effectively and you'll be set for success. From dangers deep to solutions steep, we've got tips you'll want to keep. Let's take a trip back down memory lane to revisit the perils we've explained. The first danger, my friends, was the trap of overspending. That shiny plastic card can make it feel like your money's never ending. But remember, every dollar spent is a dollar you must repay, so be wise with your purchases and don't let temptation lead you astray. The solution? Budget, budget, budget. Keep track of your spending, don't fudge it. Allocate funds for necessities first, then see what's left for your thirst. Plan for those wants, but don't let them become a ghost that haunts. It's all about balance and control to prevent that overspending toll. Next up, we had the danger of high interest rates. They can stack up quick, creating a mountain of debt that's not so slick. The longer you take to pay off your balance, the more you'll owe in total. It's a vicious cycle that can leave you feeling quite awful. The antidote to this venomous trap? Pay off your balance in full each month. Don't let it overlap. If you can't do that, at least pay more than the minimum due. Every extra cent helps in reducing the interest accrued. Finally, we delved into the danger of a bad credit score. Neglecting your credit card debt can make your credit rating hit the floor. This can affect your ability to get loans or even a new phone. The key to a healthy credit score? Pay your bills on time, don't ignore. Consistency is key, my friends, to ensure your credit score ascends. So there you have it. The 3 dangers of credit card debt and their antidotes. Overspending, high interest rates, and a bad credit score can feel like heavy coats, weighing you down and making your financial journey feel like an uphill climb. But with a little prudence, discipline, and consistency, you can navigate this journey just fine. Remember, a credit card is a tool, not a toy. Use it wisely and it can bring you joy, but misuse it and it can bring you stress and woe. So be responsible and let your financial health glow. Don't forget to like, share, and follow for more valuable financial tips so you won't slip.